It was October 1st, 2008, and I once again got arrested for driving under the influence, and once again, the thing I swore to everyone around me, and I meant it. I swore to myself, or promised myself, I wouldn't get this bad again. But once again, the law has stepped in.
I was given the gift of sobriety on the 21st day of July 2005. This is my 8 to 12. I had gotten arrested for about the 15th time. I was about 36 years old. I supposedly thought I had fooled everybody yet again that I'm staying sober. And those everybody is my daughter's mother, my mother and father, the court system in Dallas County, my attorney, probation officer, and a host of other people. The reality was, I wasn't fooling anybody. I was going to get to take my daughter on a trip to San Antonio. It was a Friday morning, 5:30 a.m. 1 block from my home. I ran through a stop sign. Of course, at the time I didn't think God set this up, but God really set this up. I had a Rowlett police officer pull me over because I did not stop at a stop sign. Of course, upon discovering me, I was high on methamphetamines, yet again, and he promptly arrested me. Needless to say, I was unable to pick Jordan up and take her on a weekend trip that I had planned with the assistance of everybody else that thought I was staying sober. Yet again, the covers were pulled off and the truth and reality of Eric Button was revealed. And it wasn't a pretty picture. I was all alone. I had fooled everybody yet again that I'm staying sober, and I had a job which afforded me to buy the means to keep me out of trouble. Well, it didn't work. I got the opportunity to go to Burning Tree instead of going to the Texas penal system, thanks to a great attorney in Dallas, Texas named Jim Burnham, and the fact that my father and mother hired him. I got to go to Burning Tree, and yet I'm at Burning Tree in about my 7th month. I'm still not able and not willing to be honest in all of my affairs. And my actions led Burning Tree to allow me, for them, to take my visitation away because I could not and would not follow the rules that Burning Tree had laid out for me. Consequences never kept me sober.
I've been sober since October 19th, 2008, and this is my 8 to 12 story. Coming in 2008 to Burning Tree, I was shattered. I was, quite frankly, I was unsure if I wanted to keep living. My life was terrible. They say you never come in on a winning streak. And life was overwhelming. There was no joy, and there was no happiness, and there wasn't anything other than life being centered around drugs and alcohol. And I don't think I'll ever forget those thoughts and that view on life. I was lost. And I was giving up. So when they said you're going to long-term treatment, my family stepped in. I didn't care. I probably thought it wasn't going to be 8 to 12 months of inpatient treatment when I heard long-term treatment, but I really didn't care. I had given up all that I got things to do excuse. I got this new job starting. I given up all that. I was a shell of a person, and so I really didn't fight it all that much. I didn't really. I just kind of. If I had to explain my thought process, it would just be shrugging my shoulders and whatever. It's a lonely place. It's a very, very lonely place. And 8 to 12, my 8 to 12 story is I need it every single day. And 10 months of inpatient treatment at Burning Tree allowed me to get centered. It allowed me to be introduced to the authentic Jay. I played so many different characters. I'd walk into one bar and be one person. I'd walk next door to another bar and be a different person. I would walk and hang out with this group of people and be a different person. And I was playing so many different characters. I was playing a character to myself. I was playing a character to my family. I was playing a character to every person and place and thing that had happened in my life. I was a character, and so I needed 8 to 12 months of a place where I could shed those characters. There's times I didn't even realize there was certain characters I was playing. It just came natural to me, and we had people around. I was surrounded by people that had held me accountable and said, "Actually, no, Jay, that's not who you are. That's not how you're." Show up normally." And when I was seemed off and when I seemed confused or whatever it may be, the aspect of 8 to 12 months, my 8 to 12 story is just time. I'm 9 years, some change sober, and I can tell you that time has strengthened me. And the same can be said, 8 to 12 months of inpatient treatment. It can only strengthen you. And it can only make you more aware of you, the real you. And that's my story. Authenticity.
But the space that I was in when Burning Tree did hold me accountable for my actions was the ability for me to see myself and to me realize 7 months separated from methamphetamines, I still was not acting sober. I lost my visitation. Of course, my father held me accountable, my mother held me accountable, and I got the opportunity with my counselor to explain to my daughter yet again that my actions was keeping me from being a father to my daughter. My 8 to 12 story is amazing because if I wasn't in long-term residential treatment for up to 12 months, I would have never had that opportunity to have an experience with honesty, which propelled me onto the path of true freedom. And my 8 to 12 is about freedom. Freedom from the disease of addiction and a host of friends that I have and a host of family members that are now a vibrant part of my life. I'm very grateful for Burning Tree and the fact that they didn't sell out. There was many times that I wanted to leave early, and my 8 to 12 solidified my recovery.